So let me just show you the books that I've got for myself this year. And इस साल एक अच्छी बात हुई है that whatever books that I've got for myself, at least this particular set that I've got for myself, I've only bought books that are a part of my this year's list, this year's reading list. पर हाँ, यहाँ पे मैं एक चीज़ और बोलना चाहूँगी कि I'm also like most of the readers that जब कभी भी हम लोग खर्चा करते हैं बुक्स पर तो we try to like reframe it, कि it's not expenditure on books, it's like our investment. So yes, I also do that. But anyway, let me show you the books. The first book that I got is a collection of short stories by Satyajit. It's a collection of 3 short stories, namely The Emperor's Ring, The Golden Fortress, and The Bandits of Bombay. So these 3 stories, they feature Satyajit Ray's very famous detective character called Feluda, or Feluda, I don't know how to pronounce it. Like what's the correct pronunciation, sorry, I don't know. And another book is also by the same author, Satyajit Ray. The title is Speaking of Films. So basically this book includes his opinions on films and on the art of filmmaking as whole. So yeah, those are it's a compilation of those works. So this year I wanted to read a lot of Satyajit Ray's works, but of course I started with these 2 only. Then another book that I've got is Fredrik Backman's My Friends. Now, अगर आप लोगों ने मेरे पुराने वीडियोस देखे हैं तो आपको पता होगा that I highly recommend Fredrik Backman's works whenever it comes to sharing a recommendation for a beginner. Because मुझे लगता है Fredrik Backman एक contemporary timeline, अगर contemporary times की मैं बात करूँ तो ये एक ऐसे ऑथर हैं जिनके वर्क्स इजीली डाइजेस्टेबल हैं और ह्यूमरस होते हैं, तो they keep you engaged till the end of the story. So yes, this is another one. And इससे पहले I have already finished another Fredrik Backman's work, which is A Man Called Ova, which is also something I would highly recommend you read. And इसका मैंने review भी डाल दिया है Substack पर, आप लोग पढ़ सकते हो उसको, मैं लिंक भी शेयर कर दूँगी डिस्क्रिप्शन में. So yes, that was another book. Another thing is, it's ideally this book is not on my list, but I know like Fredrik Backman is one of those authors जिनके मुझे सारे works पढ़ने हैं, तो I thought I might pick it up towards the end of the year if if time permits. And then I have 2 classics. One is the Mammoth classic. Now, if you guys have read my if you guys have watched my reading project video, you might already guess which book this is. So this is The Count of Monte Cristo. Last year what was happening was everywhere I was seeing people reading this book, and it was already on my TBR, but like I was not ठीक है मुझे इसी साल पढ़नी है, I was not of that opinion. But since इतनी बार मैंने ये book देख ली थी, I really wanted to read it. And yeah, so this is part of those 4 mammoth classics that I'm reading this year. Crime and Punishment मैं 60% complete कर चुकी हूँ. And ये मैं कब पढ़ूँगी ये मुझे अभी नहीं पता है, but of course इस साल पढ़ना है मुझे, but कितना पढ़ पाऊँगी I don't think I would be able to finish it this year, but definitely मैं start तो कर चुकी हूँ, that's the hope for now. And the last book that I've got is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This is also another book that was on my this year's list. So yeah, those were the 5 books that I got. And what book are you currently reading? Let me know in the comments. And अगर ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा हो तो you know that like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll meet you in the next one.